today we are going to solve in JEE mains trigonometry question. So let me start to solve, guys. The question is, find the number of integral values of a for which the equation cos of 2x plus a sin x is equal to 2a minus 7 possesses a solution. And guys, this question was asked in JEE mains 2021. Okay, so whenever you see this question, the first step that you guys will do is, you need to try to convert this particular equation into a quadratic form. There is something called ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. And that is something I am going to do now. So guys, the equation given in the question is cos of 2x plus a sin x is equal to 2a minus 7. That is the equation given in the question. So in this equation, what I am going to do is, I am having cos of 2x now. Can't I write this cos of 2x as 1 minus 2 sin square x? You know this identity, na? Cos of 2x is 1 minus 2 sin square x, and that's one of the identity that you guys are supposed to know. Or otherwise, I will just say how it is derived. So basically, cos of 2x is nothing but your double angle formula. So using double angle formula, I will say cos of 2x is cos square x minus sin square x. Cos square x minus sin square x. Now, in that cos square x minus sin square x, I am going to write that cos square x as, in this that cos square x minus sin square x, I can write this cos square x as 1 minus sin square x, then minus of the sin square x. Can't I write like this? I can write this cos square x as 1 minus sin square x using your basic Pythagorean identity, because we know that your sin square x plus cos square is equal to 1. So cos square x will be 1 minus sin square x. Okay, and just I wrote the remaining minus sin square x. So when you do this, you will get it as 1 minus 2 sin square x, and this is how we are saying your cos of 2x is 1 minus 2 sin square x. I hope you understand how it is derived. So I can write as cos of x as 1 minus 2 sin square x. Then I am having plus a sin x is equal to 2a minus 7. So basically, my motive is, in order to convert this equation in terms of quadratic form. My main motive is that only. I need to convert into a quadratic form. So just I wrote cos of x is 1 minus 2 sin square x. Now after this, I am going to take each and every term in the LHS to RHS. When I do like that, I will get the same equation as 2a minus 7. When I take 1 to the RHS, I will get it as minus 1 because I am having plus 1 in this. So when I take that side, I will get it as minus 1. Then plus 2 sin square x plus 2 sin square x. Then minus a sin x minus a sin x, and I think that will be equal to 0. That's something I did now. What I did is very basic, guys. I just took every term of LHS to the RHS, then I will get it as 2a minus 7 minus of 1 because it goes to that side, then plus of 2 sin square x because it is minus 2 sin square x. When it goes, it becomes plus. Then minus of a sin x, that is equal to 0. Now after this, I can evaluate this particular equation as 2 sin square x. I am just writing in the quadratic form. So 2 sin square x minus a sin x minus a sin x. Now after this, the thing that is left out is plus 2a minus 7 minus 1 is minus 8. This is something that is left out, and that is equal to 0. And that is equal to 0, and this is the final form that we got now. So basically what I did is just I wrote this particular equation as a correct one, like ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Here this is also correct only, but for you people to understand very easily, I wrote like this. That is 2 sin square x minus a sin x, then plus 2a minus 1 minus 1 is minus 8. Now after this, what I am going to do is, I can write the same equation as 2 sin square x minus a sin x. Now in this 2a minus 8, I am going to take your 2 common. When I take 2 common, I will get the same same term as a minus 4 and that will be equal to 0, and that's the quadratic form, that we got now. So now I will rub these things guys, because these are all not much important, the things that I wrote here, because it's just a formula that is cos 2x is 1 minus 2 sin square x. That's an identity, but anyway I derived it for you people in order to make you people understand very easier, because everything you guys are supposed to understand easily now. That is why. Now guys, what I'm gonna do next is I will give the duster here. Now what I'm gonna do next is, listen, here I just took your 2 common, then I will get it as 2 into a minus 4. In this particular expression, this 2a minus 8, I took 2 common, and this is something you will get. Now let me solve this equation. How I am going to solve this equation is, here I'm going to take your sin x as t. Because guys, here in here we are having 2 sin square x minus a sin x plus 2 into a minus 4. Here our motive is to find the value of sin x, because sin x is the root. Of this equation. So finally we will try to find the value of x. That you guys know. But let me first find the sin x. After that only we can go upon with x now, using your domain. Okay, I hope you understand that. Now let me take your sin x as t, then I will get the same equation as 2 into sin square x. If I take sin x as t, 2 into sin square x will be 2t, then minus of a into sin x is t, then plus 2 into a minus 4, and that will be equal to 0. In order to solve this equation easily, that's why I took sin x as t. And you know this substitution guys, you are learning this from 10th standard. Of course you guys should know that. Now let me find the roots of this equation, that means the value of t. So what will be roots of this equation guys? Roots of this equation, use your quadratic formula, that is minus b. Minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac. You know that formula, right? And that's the formula that I am going to use now. So here your minus b will be nothing but minus of minus a. Minus of minus a will be a, because your b is minus a. Then plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac. What is b square? B square is minus a square. Minus a square is a square. Minus a square is a square, because your b is minus a. Then minus of 4 into a into c. 4 into a into c will be nothing but 4 into a into c will be nothing but 4 into a, that will be 2. So 4 into 2 into a minus 4. 4 into 2 into a minus 4 is 8 into a minus 4. Guys, I am using a quadratic formula, that is minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. So now divided by 2a. What will be 2a? 2a will be 4. Because here a is 2, so 2a will be 2 into 2, that is nothing but 4. Now after this, it's going to be very simple guys. I will get as a plus or minus root of a square minus 8 into a minus 4. I can write this a square minus 8 into a minus 4 as a square minus 8a plus 8 into 4. But before that, tell me one thing. I know that your 4ac guys, b square minus 4ac is something that I was telling before. So b square will be a square minus 4ac will be 4 into a into a. So I think it will be 16. Sorry, it will be 16 days. Really sorry. I think it will be 16. I calculated wrong. So this will be 16. Because minus a plus or minus root of b square is a square. Minus of 4ac will be 4 into 2 into 2 into a minus 4. Because your c is 2 into a minus 4. I forgot that, so you will get a 16. Sorry for that. So now I can write this a square, the 16 into a minus 4 as a square minus 8a, not 8a, 16a. Minus 16a plus of 16 square. 16. Can't I write like this? 16 into 4 is 64. Can't I write like this? You guys itself say me. Can't I write the inside expression that is a square minus 16 of a minus 4 as a square minus of 16a, just to multiply the inside value. So minus 16 into a is minus 16a, then minus 16 into minus 4 will be plus 64. That's all. So this a square minus 16a plus 64 is nothing but a minus 8 whole square. Is nothing but a minus 8 whole square. Such simple thing. Very simple. I just wrote your a square minus 16 into a minus 4 as a minus 8 whole square. If we simplify using your a minus b whole square identity, because this looks like a form of a square minus 2ab plus b square. There is nothing but a minus b whole square. That is your a minus 8 whole square. Then divided by 4. Okay, va? Now after that, it's gonna be very simple, guys. I will write here. So I will get it as a plus or minus root of a minus 8 whole square will be, I think it will be a minus 8 only, because already I am having plus or minus here. Then divided by 4, and that is the root of this equation. That is the root of the equation. That means the value of t. Your value of t is a plus or minus a minus 8 by 4. A plus or minus a minus 8 by 4. This is what I got now. Now people, I will rub these things. So now what I did before is, I took sin x as t now. Don't forget that before I took sin x as t. So now after this, I got to know that your value of t is a plus or minus a minus 8 by 4. That means your sin x value is a plus or minus a minus 8 by 4, because we know that your t and sin x are same because I took sin x as t. Don't forget that. Don't forget, like for example, if you took some value for a variable, at last don't forget that I took some expression for the variable. If you forget, then you'll get mutte marks. Okay, so I took sin x as t. So if t takes the value of this, then sin x also takes the value of this. So here your roots take the two values. One value will get when you put this sign as plus, and another value will get when you put this sign as minus. Two values you will get when you put plus and minus. So when you put plus, I will get the same expression as 2a minus 8. 2a minus 8 is 2 into a minus 4 by 4. Correct? Now when you put minus, this is something we'll get. Or when you put plus, this is something we'll get. When you put minus, I think we'll get it as a minus of a plus 8. A minus of 8 plus 8 will be 8 by 4. That will be 2. This is something we'll get when you put plus. When you put plus, you will get as 2 into a minus 4 by 4, or otherwise 2, because 8 by 4 is 2. I think that's the correct one. Yeah, of course. So now I can cancel this 2 and 1 2 here. Sorry. Now I can cancel this 2 and 1 2 here. So finally, I got to know that your sin x is nothing but a minus 4 by 2, or otherwise 2. These are the two values of sin x. So, but now, what they are asking in the question, they are asking number of integral values of a for this particular equation possesses a solution. So basically, here I need to consider this root only. I can't consider this root. Do you know why it is? Because the question they are asking value of a. Which root has value of a? Whether this root or this root? Absolutely this root, because in this root only I am having a in the numerator, that is a minus 4. But in this root, I am not having a in it. So I don't need to consider this 2. I am not having a in it. So the only root where I am having a is a minus 4 by 2. So here I am having a minus 4 by 2. So I am going to consider this equation. When I consider this equation, I will take your sin x as a minus 4 by 2. Correct now? Guys, these are all concepts, very good concepts. Okay, so sin x is equal to a minus 4 by 2. I will repeat once again. Basically, they are asking the value of a. In which of these two roots we have a? Only in the first root we are having a. Whether we have a in 2? Of course not. In first root only I am having a, because in numerator I am having a in it. So that is why I consider sin x as a minus 4 by 2. So now, if sin x is equal to a minus 4 by 2, what is the range of sin x? What is the range of sin x? That means if sin x is equal to y, then of course your y, the range will be nothing but y belongs to open bracket minus 1 to 1, correct now? Which includes minus 1 and 1. So when I use that concept here, I will get it as a minus 4 by 2 belongs to minus 1 to 1. So that's something you will get. So that means how I can represent an inequality, guys. I will wrap this, okay? That means how I can represent an inequality. The way how I can represent inequality is minus 1 less than or equal to a minus 4 by 2. Then less than or equal to 1. Correct now? This is how we represent the inequality. And these things you guys already know. Because I am having belongs to open bracket minus 1 to 1. Open bracket means minus 1 is also included. Open bracket of a comma b open bracket is nothing but your a and b belongs to the interval, and that's why I wrote minus 1 less than or equal to and 1 greater than or equal to. So now try to solve this. When you solve, I will get it as I think minus 2 will be less than or equal to a minus 4 will be less than or equal to 2. So now take add the 4 on both these sides and you will get it as 4 minus 2 will be 2 less than or equal to, sorry guys, 1 minute, less than or equal to a, that will be less than or equal to, when you take this minus 4 to that side, you will get as 2 plus 4, that is 6. So now what they are asking in the question, they are asking number of integral values of a. So now we know that your a lies between 2 and 6, where 2 and 6 also included, because I am having equal to symbol, not only less than symbol, I am having equal to symbol also. That means your a can take the values of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many values are there? Totally there are 5 numbers, because guys, using this particular inequality only I am saying your a is greater than or equal to or less than or equal to 6. So from this only I am saying that your a takes the value of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Totally how many values? 5. So finally, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So totally 5 integral values of a, and that's the answer for the question. It's a very good one, and that's all guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. That's all. Thank you. Make education simple.